Okay, so here we're going to add a sidebar, and I'm using this site here, mockflow.com, which is nice, and our current layout is we got a header, we got a footer, and we got all the stuff in between. So now what I want to do is have a header and a footer, and then add content and main content into our layout. So how are we going to do that and apply it to our custom design? Well, the first thing is inside our header.php, I'm just going to add a class of content container, and inside this container I'm going to have the aside and the main content. So the next thing is we've got to create an aside. So we just go here and we're going to say new file, and this is going to be sidebar.php. So in sidebar.php, what I want to do is just create an aside. Probably going to just have on the aside a simple aside, and inside the aside we'll have links, two links, and that link to, I don't know where they're going to link to right now, but that's good enough. So we probably should say 1 and 2, and we save that. And then what we need to do is to include it into our page, we just need to have a sidebar. So it's going to go open up my index page, and on my index page I'm going to place this get sidebar here. And when I do that, let's take a look at our page. And here's our page, and if I look at contact, I don't see anything, and if I click on about, I don't see anything. So if the sidebar is not appearing, but the only place it's appearing right now is when we go to our home page. We have 1, 2, so it's actually appearing here. And if I move the sidebar to the top, and now I just moved it from the bottom part to the top part, and if we refresh, now I got 1, 2 up there. So we're going to have to add some CSS to float it to the left and to the right, and I'm going to also add a link so that our home page is going to be in the navigation. So to add it to the navigation, we're going to go here, login, got to put the login, and we're logged in. And once we're logged in, we want to go to the dashboard. We are in the dashboard, and we want to go to menus. And in our menus, if we go to view all, there's home. I'm going to add that to the menu. And it's at the top there. I'm going to save it. And once it's saved, I'm going to go back to the simple WordPress site. And now I have home, about, and home. So here it's only appearing in the index, which is our post, but the about doesn't have it. So if we want it to appear in all of our pages, what we have to do is go into our page, and we've got to add what we've added here. So we just copy that, we hit here, and we go in here to sidebar, and now if we go back to our pages and we refresh, we now have 1, 2 in both the about and the contact. Alright, so now I just add CSS that's going to float this to the left and float this to the right. So I go into my style.css page and I add an aside, give it a float left and a width of 200. And then when I do that and I go to the home page or the about page, I see this is here, and then the about is pushed over here, and then here's the footer. And so I've achieved what I wanted. I got a sidebar, but in part 2 of the next video, what I'm going to do is create main content and give that a width and just kind of structure the page a little better. So that'll be in part 2. Hang on, and I'll be right there.